Podcast Kollective presents Episode 3 featuring
Beyond I and Springboard Lily. And we're your hosts,
Janet and
Myna.
We want to first start by saying welcome to our listeners. We're really happy that they're here.
Excited to communicate and get the ball rolling and share our truths with you.
Yes, we're on our third episode, so thank you for continuing this journey with us this season.
Love that.
Let's go into the first segment,
Okay.
which is Beyond I, that Chris and I worked on together. We talk about numerology.
Which I'm a big fan of. Who doesn't love numbers, people? Come on, I know you're out there.
We just need to get out our pens, papers, calculators. If you're not good in math, like I am not good in math.
Me neither,
Let's see what we can learn.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Chris.
Janet.
We're back, and we left off with a
Numerology.
slight intro to numerology, correct?
Correct, yes.
So you had surprised me with the fact that astrology and the astrological signs actually have a number, and that's the connection between astrology and numerology.
I'm like so overwhelmed because I love numerology so much. Like I've been studying numerology for the past 2.5 years, but it's constant. I've been doing a lot of research and I'm sort of like obsessing with numerology.
Okay. I had my numerology done. Now there are websites out there that are free, or you can pay for them, where you put in your information, and basically
Right.
the information that you put is your name. And we had discussed before that it's best to use the name that appears on your birth certificate. Is that correct?
Everything holds energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if we're talking about the sky records or the Akashi records, because, I don't want the Angelinos coming at me like, Akashi records, sky records, Akashi records. So when you are born, see it as a stamp. So your legal full name. Let's say you were born in a different country,
Mm-hmm.
and then you come to the United States and you change your name. So my old name doesn't mean anything anymore. No, it still does. You were born with it,
Uh-huh.
part of that stamp, imprint of energy. But the new name also holds a new energy.
Okay.
If you have a nickname growing up, also holds energy based on the number of that nickname.
Okay.
Or let's say your name is Christopher, like me, and my whole life, everyone at home, they've been calling me by my short name, Chris, right? Chris holds a different energy than Christopher. If for any reason your name was misspelled
Yes. On your birth certificate?
on your birth certificate, right? And then you, in your teenagehood or in your adult life, you corrected it the way that you think is best. You still have that energy from your first birth certificate,
Mm-hmm.
but now you acquired the new numerology and energy from the new name. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sometimes at work, you like to go by a nickname or a short name. You have to acknowledge that that holds energy as well. So it's important to understand that everything you do,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was registered in the Sky Records or it's just here because for fun they know me by whatever nickname,
Right.
that holds energy and has numerology behind it.
Okay.
And then one more thing that I want to say and clarify.
Yeah.
When you hear people, oh my God, that is not a lucky number. We need to understand that all the numbers are lucky because all the numbers hold positive energy, and all the numbers are unlucky because all the numbers hold negative energy. Now, depends on you as an individual. What are the lucky numbers for Janet only.
Okay.
Maybe 5 is a really good lucky number for you, but it's the worst for me. When you get into numerology, you need to understand that you have to understand that every number holds both energies, negative and positive.
Okay.
And it's up to you how you manipulate and create this energy for your for your journey in this lifetime.
For example, Friday the 13th, the number 13. For some people, 13 is a very unlucky number. And then for some, it's neutral. And then for others, so it would be lucky. Yeah.
Right. And also number 13, it's actually a number 4. And number 4 is really good for building a home, creating roots, like settling down. I understand that it's not that good for some folks.
Right.
And it's really good for some other folks.
For 13, you added 1 and 3 to get 4.
Right.
Because normally you go to a single numbers.
Yes.
But 8 plus 3 is 11. You didn't add 1 plus 1 to create 2, which you can, but you didn't because 11 does hold a special meaning in regards to numerology, right?
TikTok and social media, they always talk and discuss the 3 master numbers.
Right.
But in reality, they're 4.
You surprise me because I know it's 11, 22, 33, and then
The other master number is 44.
there you go.
And a lot of people don't talk about it.
No.
Number 11 holds somehow some energy from number 2. 22 holds energy from number 4. 33 from number 6. And 44 from number 8.
Okay.
This is just my theory. One of the reasons why the collective does not like to discuss number 44 is because they don't understand it that well. Number 44 is the 8, and the 8 is the symbol of infinity. And numerology is infinite, just like the universe.
Going back, you have your name,
Your full name,
date of birth.
right, which is the day, the month, and the year. The day holds one energy, and that's for your personality. So you were born on the 4th, right?
Correct.
So your personality number is a 4. I was born on the 16th. So my personality number is a 7. Then you go with the month, where you can also access to certain different energy, right? And then you have the year.
Okay.
But the year also has a very different energy vibration in the collective. So right now, just as an example, we're in year 2025, year 9. In the collective, we live in cycles of 9 years.
Yes.
So basically, the collective, the globe, planet Earth, is living the last year of this cycle. So if that's the collective, also it applies for individuals. I personally am living my personal number, my year 1.
Okay.
So in the collective, I'm in year 9, but in my life as Christopher, I'm living my year 1. What does that mean, right? Because I'm sure they're like, okay, year 9, year 1, but what is he talking about? So year 9 is the culmination of that cycle. You're supposed to be closing and ending things, finishing up on projects or marriages or business, partnerships, whatever. You name it.
Right.
And year 1 is the start of everything. I'm basically, on my personal number, starting a whole new cycle of 9 years. I need to start prepping for new things, for new projects, for new relationships, for new partnerships, for new things, right? Mm-hmm. And it's funny, because at the beginning of the year, just to give you an example, my car lease was ending.
Okay.
And that's my year 9 right there.
There you go.
I did 9 years with the same brand, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no, I want to get into something else. And then I went to the other dealership and I got a brand new car from a different company. And what I'm trying to say is, like, this year for me, there are 2 energies: the collective, which is ending things, and then I'm starting new things too. Right. So I'm setting the tone for the next 9 years. And then I'm sure people are like right now doing their numerology, hopefully, And they're like, well, this is year 9 in the collective, and I'm in my personal year 5 or 6. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Easy. Google it.
But wait, how do you get your personal number?
Let's do a little math. You're gonna do your date of birth, right? The day, in my case is 16, plus the month, I'm from December, 12, plus my year. And then I get the number that I was born in. So in the 9-year cycle, I was born in my year 6. And then when I turned 1, that was my year 7. And so on and so forth. However, to get the number of the collective, you have to do your day, month, plus the year that you're living in. So if I am 12, that's 3. If I am 16, that is 7, that is 10, plus 9, 2025.
Yeah.
That is 19.
19.
So 9 plus 1 is 10. So that's my year 1.
Yeah, so
let's do yours.
I was going to say we can do mine. So my day is 4.
4.
And then my month is 12.
So that's a 3. So we have a 7 right there.
7. And then 2025 we said is 9.
It's 9. So 9 plus 7,
Is
16.
Thank you. Which
Then
is
7. So you are in your year. Your personal number right now is 7. And the collective is 9. What does that mean?
I have to Google it.
Smart. Or for the Gen Zs, just chat GPT it. Yeah, so just to bring us back to the basics. So we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 22, 33, and 44. And every number has a meaning. And every number has a purpose in one's life. And as we go through the 9-year cycle.
Yeah.
So we have the personal number, the collective number, the life path number,
Yes.
the soul urge number,
Yes.
the destiny number, and the personality number. I really want for season 2, I want to invite your friend, the numerologist, because I feel that she's going to be like, you both shut the fuck up. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, because I'm just passionate about it and I'm obsessed right now with numerology, but I will never claim, oh, I'm a numerologist now. We're not experts of any of these topics. We just are talking based on our own experiences.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for a lot of people that are tuning in, they're going to agree or disagree, which is valid too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It allows us to have a discussion.
Right.
That's what I would love for us to get back as a people's.
Let me sound like a TikToker. We need to create that space for discussion. We need it as a society.
It's just as important to speak your opinion or whatever it is that you want to share. It's also just as important to listen.
Yeah. But going back to personality number, which is the day that you were born. Every single thing that you do, the way you move in this world, you are a 4. For me, I'm more of like the 7. I always want to be the diplomat. I want to be okay, let's not fight. I'm Switzerland. Let's communicate. Let's talk nicely to each other, you know?
Yeah.
Then the life path number is based off your date of birth. That will be the day, the month, and the year.
All added together.
So that's how you'll get your life path. And that is linked to your life purpose. So let's get yours.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Where's the calculator?
So that's 10, 19, 25 plus 7. That is 32.
Which is
A 5. For the fun of it. It's a very sexual number, but also it's a very killing number, very aggressive. Like anyone that has a number 5, if you're vibrating in the negative side, you can be involved into like fights and arguments, and even to the point that you could die, right?
You're not off by what you described.
The positive side is like reproduction, having children, creating life, healing energy, becoming a healer, very creative too, very charming too, very very loving. But you see that you can have that beautiful, loving, amazing, warm human, or you can have that killer, that cutthroat, almost about to beat you up and fuck you up and leave you dead on the streets, right?
Yes, I've been on both sides of yes.
And that's your life path number. If you go in denial, no, I've always been a saint and an angel. I'm like, shut up. No. I know. You don't even have to tell me the details to know that you've lived that, because you're a life path 5.
Yeah.
Right? You've had both experiences. And when you go in, I'm sure that those lessons and learnings are very meaningful to you, because you understood, I need to walk away from the negative. I need to go more into the positive. And then we have the soul urge number, which to me, this is a number, again, I'm not a numerologist, but the meaning of this number is for you to understand your soul in a deeper level. All the past lives that you've had, right? Because again, your soul is the one that keeps traveling in this matrix, going around, going back, going forward, experiencing past lives and experiencing future lives too.
Okay.
And the soul urge number tells you where exactly your soul is at. And you can find that also in astrology.
Oh, okay. Here's the connection again between astrology and numerology.
Just remember this topic, and we're gonna go back to the soul urge in the future. Yeah.
Or is that the past? Soul urge moving on?
Yeah. The destiny number. Remember, is your full name.
Now, I do have a question.
Yes.
What is the difference between your destiny number and your purpose?
Your life path is linked to your life purpose.
Correct.
And your destiny number is what you're supposed to be experiencing. Now, you can have your life path, and your life purpose can be talking to birds. I don't know. Okay. That's your life purpose. Yeah, talk to birds. Talk shit to birds. That's your life purpose. But as you figure that out and you're going around talking to birds, you're experiencing marriage, failure, divorce, children, death, change of jobs, change of cities. You were talking to birds in the US and then you moved to China. And so that's your destiny.
Got it.
Has nothing to do with your life purpose. But in the meantime, while you were doing all that, you wanted to talk to birds. As your life purpose.
You wanted to talk shit to birds.
Talk shit to birds.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. I understand now.
And also, if you think about it, soul urge too.
Yeah.
Is my soul urge connected to that? And they're all linked. They're all, connected. But yeah, you have to understand the concept, right? Because these are just concepts. Everything in life they're just different concepts.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this is great for numerology.
Next time I want us to bring an expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then moving on to our next segment, rituals.
Ooh, which is a big misconception out there.
I'm going to say and agree yes, because in my mind, when I hear the word rituals, it has a negative connotation to it, because I feel like when you're performing a ritual, it's to manipulate.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yes. Till next
Signing
time.
off.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, ladies and gents out there and everything in between. We've just finished this amazing segment on numerology, which I thought laid down some really good foundational tools that'll come in handy for people who are just going, hey, this feels like something I could dabble in. It was very informative.
Okay.
Being someone who does a bit of numerology herself, I can definitely say it's a great beginning segment to get a hold of all of those people out there who just want to dip their toes in.
What was your favorite part of the segment?
Well, obviously, the part where you want to bring me on for season 2. Obviously. No, but for real, I think my favorite part about the segment was how easy Chris and you made it sound, how easy it is to access these tools, where you can find these tools, and the fact that they're everywhere. And for me, on my personal spiritual journey, numerology was the stepping stone. Like it was the thing that led me to other things. And it was the easiest one to gravitate towards, especially because numbers are everywhere. License plates and phone numbers. Just feels like the most convenient way for you to receive messages.
Okay.
If you're out there and you're curious about, spirituality and like have deeper questions, I think numerology is a very good place to start.
Okay, great. We have our next segment. Ta-da! Which is Springboard Lily. And that was created by
Myna and Janet.
That's right.
Everything, including the beautiful intro.
You guys are going to love our theme. So are you ready? Let's play it.
La 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 la.
You gave it away.
Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go for real. And go. La 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 la. There's been this increase, you could say, of this openness of spirituality talk, right?
Right. It's kind of everywhere. It almost feels inundated, oversaturated. Absolutely. There's even characters in movies now. They just throw in the quirky friend who believes in manifesting.
Your witch friend, I don't know.
Quirky neighbor.
Yeah.
It can be simple as the ones with the stones or the crystals. Yeah.
There you go, the stones and the crystals. So you could say maybe 10, 15 years ago, that wasn't so popular?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. I think it was more of a secret. No one really openly talked about it. You just kind of recognize each other on the street a little bit. You know what I mean? It was like wink, wink. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I know who you are. And I think as it's become more accepted, it's also in a way kind of normalized, but in a we still don't believe in that stuff way. When you see these characters in the movies, this isn't like a juicy character. It's usually a character where you roll your eye.
And sometimes a comic relief, right? Something to laugh at.
Yeah. Sometimes I get frustrated with that. It's like, what? This is the butt of the joke? Why? Because I think spirituality still makes people uncomfortable.
Spirituality, right? So you have the word spirit, and spirit could be in relation to religion. And I'm like, but this isn't religion.
It's not anti-religion.
Exactly. It's all about you finding yourself, self-actualization, your authenticity.
You can obtain it yourself. It's not about going to a priest who holds all the magical cards and communes with Jesus. Right. Or you have the ability to talk to, if it's God you believe in, if it's the universe, if it's source, whatever you want to call it, you have a direct line. And that's what spirituality to me really teaches, that the world that is outside of your visual, vortex is reachable.
So I think that because now spirituality is out there for the general public, people are reaching out to other people that are saying, hey, I can help you. You need help? I'm here for a small fee. So now we're seeing
this influx of psychics, almost in a way.
Right.
Everyone's a psychic. You can get certified by some company somewhere. I'm like, how does this even work? Who are these people who certify this? What we're here to discuss is how it's become a business first.
Right.
And not necessarily what it used to be, which is all about helping you achieve some sort of enlightenment, helping you grow, helping you find success. It's more like, pay me this fee and all your problems will be solved. It's
a promise that you are 100% trusting someone that you don't know anything about, and you're going to pay them to believe in them instead of the opposite, where you should believe in yourself. And yes, maybe you do need some help, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Okay, here's a good example. If you're broke, don't go looking for a psychic who's going to charge you $888. That is just not common sense. Don't think you're going to go to the psychic and all your financial problems are going to disappear.
They're not. And actually, you're now in a hole because...
Now you're in a bigger one. Yeah. That is just some of the wisdom we want to be able to share with people, because you also have to remember, when there's businesses, there's opportunists. And opportunists will take advantage of people who are maybe at a rough time in their life.
When they actually really do need someone.
Yeah, they actually need good people. They need someone to protect them. They need someone to look out for them.
Right.
And that's when people are the most gullible. Again, when someone wants your money, they're going to tell you everything you want to hear. They will start to have a conversation with you, and they'll use the word manifestation. They'll use the word spirituality. You'll start to feel super comfortable. But for them, it's a game. They're using these words to make you comfortable. And if their next word is, we have a group. You should come and meet the group. It's a really small, tight-knit community.
Mm-hmm.
I would say be wary.
Absolutely question it. Because that's what describes what a cult is, right?
Yeah. And also be aware, because there is this thing that's being taught to us. Stay open, stay open, stay open.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Stay open, but don't lose your common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear that a lot. Stay open to the universe. Stay open. Hey, the universe is great. But that doesn't mean this person you randomly met at a party is the savior of all your problems. Because sometimes when you're desperate, that energy comes off you, and these people can find you. I don't know how that works, actually.
Because we don't do that. So
yeah.
we have no understanding of that.
Yeah. But it is, in a way, something that you're putting out there. And the reason I believe that, it's kind of like the idea of like women who are in terrible relationships. They don't want to be in terrible relationships, but somehow they keep being in these terrible relationships. Those same kind of men keep coming into their lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
How else do you explain that? Do they want this? No, they actually don't want this. But somehow something is happening where that energy is getting put out there, or that lesson, or whatever you want to call it. Something hasn't happened yet for this person to be like, I'm creating this environment for myself,
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to figure out how to break this cycle.
I think the other thing too, now that we have our phones and we can easily access the internet, would you say it's actually really important to do the research, right?
Yeah. If you're going to pick a doctor, you're going to do some research, right? Like it still requires thought and effort. I know when you switch into this belief, like everything is working out for me, everything is working out for me, everything eventually will. But at the beginning, not everything will. But again, that's your process. It's the process of understanding your intuition. That sometimes there's lessons in the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people forget that intuition is built with wisdom.
I think all of us have had an experience where we're either meeting someone or in a situation or offered to go somewhere, and you have this feeling like, oh, you really shouldn't do it. But for some reason,
you decide to do
go.
It. Yeah. You convince yourself you only live once, or it's the idea of like quieting your intuition. And sometimes people have to remember, sometimes fear is good. You got to understand that not all fear is bad. Fear is there to protect you. And the difference is you got to like read between the lines. Like, is this an actual fear, or is this something that you're creating? The actual fear is like when you shouldn't do something, right? That's the common sense. Something in you says, this feels off. But when people haven't had time to develop that intuition, and again, intuition is a journey, it takes time it takes life lessons. Again, dirty words. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear things take time. They don't want to hear life lessons. But it's what we're here to do as human beings. None of us are going to have a perfect journey.
No.
It's to be able to use the things from our past to help us in the present and the future.
You mentioned time. Everything takes time, right? And so now we see on the social media, you find people who are like, try this, journal this, think about this, listen to this, and sometimes even maybe buy this crystal or
sure. All those people exist.
Buy this bracelet. And so we want, like you mentioned, we want a quick fix, right? So you mentioned the psychic, if you pay me $800 something.
Again, 888. Because these are angel numbers and they're all over the internet. So it's like the universe is telling you pay her $888. It's all psychology. Like I said, common sense should never go out the door.
Mm-hmm.
The more you believe, the more common sense I have too. Believe it or not. It doesn't make sense, right? You think people who believe in something out there that they probably don't have common sense. And it's like, no, I'm a very practical person with a lot of common sense who also believes in magic, who believes that life can instantly be beautiful. It's the idea of not to lose that childhood sense of wonder. That's what we all bury. When we're kids, we believe. We believe in our dreams. We believe in so many things, all possibilities until life comes and then you stop believing. And I think when you're looking for something, really searching, you're trying to find that belief again. The belief in the wondrous, the belief that there's more to life than meets the eye, that kind of stuff. Once you go down that rabbit hole at the beginning, that's when you're the most susceptible. Because everything taught to you is don't doubt. Don't doubt that voice. Some people dive in, no wings attached. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to do it, just do your research. Look up stuff online. There are a lot of disclaimers out there. You can read stuff on Reddit. Like there's a million things you can do. There's a compass within us. I call it my North Star. It never guides me astray. If even for a second, I get like the heebie-jeebies from something, when you get like, ugh.
Yeah.
You can't see my face right now, but it was really ugly when I was doing it. If you even have that for a second, take a beat. Nothing in your life is going to change today anyways. Just take a beat, do some research, and then try it if you still feel inclined. Because you got to do the work on yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody telling you for some crazy amount of money, they will fix your problems, please don't waste your time. It is just going to break your heart. I don't want anyone's heart broken.
That and financial strains.
Yes.
Yeah, especially if you are in a part of a group where you're paying every month.
Mm-hmm.
It's an organization that takes advantage of you in terms of your talents, that you can, oh, you're really good with social media. Why don't you do our social media work? Plus I'm paying, and then plus I'm paying dues. Wait, what's going on here?
You're just donating your time as if donating your time to these people will give you the results you want. No. Time is important. You have to look at your time as the only currency you actually have on this planet. If you're going to spend it doing something for people who disrespect you, for people who take advantage of you, then that is a waste of time. So approach anything with a certain amount of logical prowess.
Yeah.
Like, again, when these movies create these characters of spiritual people, they're just like, woo, out there. No, I'm a practical spiritualist. I want people to know that I'm very much grounded on this planet. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. That just because you have these beliefs doesn't mean you can't be taken advantage of.
I do have a couple of journals that started where, I can't remember, but there was a method where you write in your journal.
Yeah.
And you write in it every day. You rate your 10 highest goals that you want to achieve, and then you write about them every day. Something to that effect.
It seems practical. Yeah.
Right. I stopped doing it because I didn't see the result.
Oh, yeah. Hence the business of spirituality. Everyone is trying to push quick results. Trust me, I've been defeated with my own faith many times because I didn't get what I desired. But then in hindsight, I look back and go, oh, I didn't even really want that.
Mm-hmm.
I know they use the word divine detours, divine timing. For me, I understand a lot more of that stuff now because I have a hindsight view of everything.
Right.
And I think if we look for it hard enough, we can find the blessings in disguise, especially when you've broken free of a pattern. Sometimes you're beating your head up against the desk and like, why am I not progressing in my career? What's going on? And maybe it's because you're with the same group of people. They're comfortable, but they're not wanting to grow, but you want to grow. And maybe that means you need to leave that group, right? There's all these things to think about, especially when it comes to pushing yourself and expanding your consciousness.
You have an idea of who you are by the people you surround yourself with.
Absolutely. So many times people tell you who you are. You know, I've been told a bunch of times, oh, you're going to be a great EIC, or you're going to be so good. And I remember thinking, do I want to be an EIC?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Nobody asked me what I wanted, but it's because people know you one way and they just think, of course, that's your next step. You've reached this level. Why wouldn't you want to? And for me, I've reached this level not wanting to even reach that level. It's just like kind of what kept happening to me versus what I actually wanted to make happen.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that
Mm-hmm.
in life sometimes? Things that just keep happening to you and you just keep rolling with them because it's money and it makes sense to keep letting these things happen to you even though you're not happy.
Right. Sometimes you have to take that moment to say, what am I going to gain? But what am I going to lose?
Absolutely. Are you going to gain something you don't want? You see what I'm saying? Like, not enough people ask that question. Am I going to gain something I don't want anyway?
Right.
Right? Because of some voices in your head, some people telling you you should want this. Because that's how they grew up, and those are their beliefs, and those are very limiting beliefs. It almost kind of reminds me of the day of hardcore religion when anybody would speak to, like, let's just say someone who was a Christian or Catholic and just say, oh, you know, I had a vision that this fire was going to come. They'd be like, nope, that's pagan thoughts. You can't have those thoughts. That's pagan beliefs, right? Because the idea of visions, that's no.
Forecasting the future.
Yeah, that's ordained. Only certain people can have that. You have to be ordained. You have to be, you know what I mean? You're not special. It's that kind of concept. And
which I never understood, by the way, because the
I
Bible has a lot of visions.
Yeah, but only if you're chosen by God. There's like this idea.
Well, how do we know that person wasn't chosen by God?
Exactly. I don't know.
I know. I'm with you on this. That's why I'm like, wait, you're basically contradicting your own belief. Because
it's more easily attainable, this concept of belief. Like I said, the way it's being treated by, you know, media and the movies kind of, it's still a little bit like back in the day how it would be treated if you told someone you were having a vision, right? Mm-hmm. It's just a different way of kind of brushing it aside. Mm-hmm. Like, please, this is just, you know, some juju. This isn't anything relevant to what life is. Mm-hmm. It's pie in the sky kind of stuff.
Right.
And I think there's that, which irks us.
Yeah.
And then there's the cults, right?
Right.
The people who basically take advantage of seekers.
Yes.
And I think that is probably the biggest issue when it comes to being taken advantage of, when it comes to your belief system. And so many times you hear so many documentaries about this stuff, right? Everyone's like...
Every streamer has them.
Yeah, I was looking for something. I wanted more meaning.
I was very lonely.
It starts off the same way, seeking. I found this group. First, it was great. And I'm kind of like, okay, alarm bells. These should be cautionary tales for people. Again, being spiritual doesn't mean common sense goes out the door. Please, people. If anything, you have more intuition. And that common sense is going to be like, get the hell out of here.
I think people don't give themselves enough credit that they had that alarm. Something in them told
always
them.
Was there.
Once they'd gone through hell and back, they're sharing their experience with a cult, they always have that moment where like, well, I had this, or I felt this, or this moment where they can go back and they were like, should I leave this? I feel like I should leave this. I feel like something is off. I feel like what this person just said to me didn't hit me right, or what they're asking me to do isn't right, or what they're asking me to believe isn't right, you know? So,
and be aware of love bombing. Join a group. Oh, everybody loves you. Like, it's very quick, right? That camaraderie, that love. Be wary of it. I am that person. Yes, I will tell you to be wary of that, because camaraderie, love, it's kind of built. You know, it's one of those things where discernment it's still key in spirituality. It's a gift you were given since you were a kid. It's a gift you actually develop as you start to go through life lessons.
right.
It's not it's not something that you need to throw away. You use it.
Mm-hmm. And don't lose it.
Yeah. Use it, don't lose it. In fact, grow stronger in your discernment. Yeah, it's very important.
This thing of cults, I remember you, me, and C had this one or two particular shows that came out about cults that really just rubbed us like the wrong way, made us so angry.
Fury. I felt fury in my bones.
I felt so, it knocked the wind out of me. And I think for personal reasons.
Yeah.
But it was the twin flame.
This is something we should save for another segment, because you and I both have twin flame stories.
Yes, we do. And I think it does require special attention. Now, with these documentaries out there for the world to see, now this is like the new hot topic.
Sure. It's kind of normalized it, but in a negative way. It's turned it into like, oh, you're one of those people. You believe in this twin soul thing, like, ooh, like you're weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
But we want to bring it back to the love that relationship was supposed to teach you. There's nothing weird about it. And let's just save it.
Yes, we'll save it
for next time.
For the next segment. And yes.
Right.
That was our segment. I feel very proud of it.
Me too. You know, as we said, we're looking out for everyone. That was our goal with this segment. It has nothing to do with anything other than making sure you know what to look for when it comes to people trying to take advantage of you.
I don't want people to think that, oh, I have it down. I'm in with my intuition. I have nothing left to learn. I have plenty more to learn. I think that that's something that will always be ongoing. How about you?
Even though I feel really comfortable with myself and my intuition, there's still moments in my life where I doubt myself. I look at it as like, don't beat yourself up if you don't get it right. Growing your intuition is a process. And just keep on keeping on.
Well, yay. Well, that's it for episode 3.
As we were talking about our goals of getting better at it, our intuition, we want to ask the listeners out there, how are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
With gaining intuitive insight.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from our listeners. We want to hear anything that they would like to share, whether it's their own experiences with intuition. And not only that, anything that we discussed about in the episode, right? So if they have numerology experiences or questions or comments, anything about spirituality that we've discussed, maybe they had experiences like we shared of discernment where they didn't listen to their intuition. Yeah, that. Yeah.
It's okay now, because now they will.
Yes, now they will. So we would love to hear from you guys, and you can share your comments, experiences, questions, and you can find Beyond I and Springboard Lily on Podcast Kollective, Instagram, and of course our website.
Yeah. Or drop us an email if that's your pleasure.
Yeah, we have email too. And that's it.
Until next time.
Until next time, thank you so much for being with me on this episode and this journey.
Ditto. Kudos. See you later.
The podcast is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. Opinions expressed are those of the hosts, podcasters, and guests, and do not reflect those of any employers or affiliated entities. Listener discretion is advised due to potential sensitive topics and foul language.